Hey students, so I am going to try to stay off my soapbox for this one. So if you watched that first screencast and you are on board and you are ready to put in the time, which you should probably plan on, I'd say about 10 hours a week, you're ready to put in the time and do a great job, then watch this screencast and off we'll go. All right. So I'm starting the screencast showing you my My Miami page. I know some of you are transient students, so this is not familiar to you. And then other students are Miami students, so this page is like second nature. Anyway, you can get to Canvas through this link here. You can also come down to where it lists my courses, and let me switch mine out to summer, or not. That usually doesn't happen. And you'll have a Canvas course link. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to go over here, and I've already got it open. So this says it's unpublished. It'll be published in about the next 24 hours. As soon as I make a few tweaks to it, it'll be ready to go, and you can start early if you want to. Alright, so this is Canvas. It's the learning management system, and it is how online courses are administered. Okay? So this is a standard screen for regional online courses. It's going to look like this. And you've got these boxes here at the top, which are kind of blanket statements, right? Or, you know, just information that you might need throughout the entire semester. So the instructor contact, I'll click on that real quick. This gives my information, all right? So I am in 216 Rentschler Hall on the Hamilton campus. I will be in that office, unless I've got meetings or whatnot, 40 hours a week during the summer. So you will be able to make appointments to see me during office hours if you need to see me. Okay, I'm not going to list specific office hours because I'm sure you guys have all sorts of things going on this summer. Email me, say, hey Kelly, I need to see you, and we'll work it out. This is my phone. I do not answer my phone that much, and the reason is I work as an academic advisor, also as an instructor. And if I'm in an academic advising meeting with a student, I ignore my phone because I want to give my full attention to my students, okay? So I clicked on that. I want to get back to where I was, so you just click the home. Okay. There's a Getting Started button, which you can take a look at. That's me. Hello, everyone. So e-learning makes me write these things. So I took some time. I tried to put together something that was interesting to read. So this is me. I wrote the course. I'm your instructor for the course. A little bit more of a blurb. This is what Math 15 is all about. There's a link to the syllabus, and then a little bit more blah, blah, blah. Okay. Also down here, it'll show you due dates and things that are due. I'm scrolling through here. Am I freaking you out? There's a lot of stuff to do. So if you watched the first video already, the first screencast, you kind of know, all right, I got to put some time into this. If you signed up for an online class because you thought online would be easier, nope. If you signed up for math for elementary teachers because you thought, oh, how hard can that be? Nope. This is a Miami Plan class, folks. It is different material, but it is comparable to taking calculus or taking statistics because it's a Miami Plan Foundation 5 class. It does not mean that you cannot get an A in this class, because you absolutely can. It does not mean that you have to be a brilliant mathematician to get an A in this course, because you don't. You can be terrible at math and get an A. I have students get A's all the time in this class who come in saying, oh, I'm so bad at math. But it's going to require critical thinking, and it's going to require time. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go back to the home screen again. And they also have some online essentials, department information. You can check those out if you want. All right. Where you will be spending your time is in the modules. Okay. So you won't see this top module because that's instructor resources, but you will see beginning with module 0. Okay? And there are 11 modules. Since this is an 8-week course, you can kind of do the math, figure out you're going to be doing more than one module a week. Modules vary in length. So module 0, you look at it, it looks pretty long. Module 1, yep. Module 2, oh, it's kind of a shorter one. 3, 4, 5. So you can see that they vary in length somewhat, okay? And that's just because rather than try to make them all the same length, I wanted to make them around chunks of material that kind of made sense to be in a module together. All right, I'm going to jump in. I'm just going to take a look at Module 3, okay? So if you're ready to work on Module 3, let me go back and do this again. You're on the home screen. You're like, hey, I got Module 3 stuff coming up. It's due. I'm going to go to Modules, and I'm going to get started on Module 3. And I'm going to do that well before the day it's due, right? All right, so I click here. And this first page, again, is a page that e-learning makes me put together. Here are the module outcomes. Here are the activities. Read about them, or go down to the bottom of the screen and click Next, and actually do it, okay? So here's a content screen. So you're going to see content screens in every module, sometimes more than one. These are the pages that people have been skipping. The ones who aren't doing well in the course. These are the pages people are skipping. They're thinking, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and click Next. I can do this. I don't need this. You need this, okay? So note here. So Notes Sheet for Screencasts. You can click right here. This will take you to a PowerPoint, or not a PowerPoint. Yeah, it will. Take you to a PowerPoint. You can print it out. You can have that paper in front of you. Then you click on these screencasts and you take notes on the screencasts using this piece of paper. And you make sure that you get it. You check this out. You check this out. You check this out. So you want to pretend, hey, this is probably 2 class periods worth of material. I need to spend a couple hours on this content page. All right? If I skip it all together, it's not going to go well. If I watch it, but I'm distracted and I'm not taking notes, it's not going to go well. You've got to pretend like you are in a classroom, you are taking it seriously, and you really want to learn the material. Okay, so, sorry, on my soapbox again. I want you to do well, I really do. That's why I keep getting on it. I'll try not to. Okay, so I've spent all the time I need to. I get it. I understand this stuff. So I go to Next. All right, and I get to a discussion prompt. There are 2 types of discussion prompts, all right, and you're going to read about doing discussion prompts when you do Module 0, which is a course introduction module, okay? So there's 15 people in the class, there's 3 discussion groups, so there will be 5 people in each group, right? So this is a discussion prompt, right? And I encourage you to show the rubric, okay, so that you know how I'm going to grade you on this. All right, so when I grade the discussion prompts, was your initial post made? Meaning, did you give it your best shot? This is a group discussion prompt, so sometimes you're not perfect, but did you give it your best shot? Okay, yep, so I'll give you 1 point. Participation and follow-up. Did you read your classmates' posts? Right, so there's going to be 4 other people in your group. Did you read them? Did you comment on them the way that you're supposed to do that? Give you points. Here's, oh, this drove me crazy last semester. Initial post made on time. All right, you have to post to these before, right before the whole module's due. If you don't post when you're supposed to, then your group members have nothing to comment on and you can't do what you're supposed to do. So I hated giving people zeros. It took them down to an 80% right away. And then if they missed any other points, it was like, I hated that. So make your posts on time. Group conclusion. In a group discussion, I do group discussion prompts for the more difficult concepts because basically I want to give you an opportunity to kind of talk it out and get a good answer. But you have to kind of, somebody has to say, hey, I think this is the answer. Patricia's got the right answer, so this is it. Conceptual understanding shown in initial post. How'd you do? Totally get it? Partially get it? Doesn't even look like you read the or looked at the content page. Okay? All right. So you make your post, and then you're going to have to keep coming back. So once you make the post, you might be the first one. You've got to come back and make comments on your classmates' posts. Okay? All right, I clicked the next. That's going to take me to the next thing. Another discussion prompt. Exact same deal. All right, next one. Here's a quiz on the real number system and its properties. If you took good notes on the content pages, right? If you took good notes and you made it a point to learn the material, you'll do fine. Let me back up. There's a time limit on this of 15 minutes. The reason is because I do not want people skipping the content page, going to the quiz, and thinking that they, can just Google the answers or whatever. So there are time limits on the quizzes because I want to make sure you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right. Next in this module, this is what's called an exploration assignment. You'll run into these sometimes. Okay? Gives you some instructions here about it. Tells you about how long you're going to need, what you're going to need to do. So you're going to print this out, you're going to work on it, and then you're going to go to the next topic. Okay? All right, so this discussion prompt is based on that previous exploration. So it's another group discussion. Post on time, and then keep going back and working with your group mates to get to a good conclusion. You should know if it's a tough discussion prompt, and some are going to seem really easy, and some are going to be like, wow, this is hard. If it's a really tough one, sometimes you're not going to get perfect answers, but if you get darn close, I'm happy with that, okay? I just want to really see you working hard, but you don't have to be perfect. Some of the discussion prompts are pretty straightforward, in which case, hey, you better have gotten it right, okay? All right, there's another discussion prompt. All right, this module's heavy on discussion prompts, but they're not all. I get through that discussion prompt. Content. Okay, so this is rational numbers and their decimal equivalents. You got to watch this content page. Okay, I've already given you that speech, probably more than you want to. All right, then I hit a textbook assignment. So here's where Wiley Plus comes in. All right, so I load textbook assignment. I hope I have this set up to work. All right, so I get to Wiley Plus. I've got this direct link here. The grades will go right back into Canvas. And it says this assignment is not assigned to your class, so I've got to get that fixed up, but I will. So then I can go to these problems, answer. I've got the homework set up, so essentially you can use hints, show the solutions, and then retry problems over and over and over again. Okay? All right, let me come back here. All right, so that's the textbook assignment. A couple more discussion prompts. I promise not all of them are this discussion prompt heavy. Another discussion prompt. I think we're pretty much done with this one. Okay, one more screencast. Again, there's a note sheet to go along with it. Another textbook assignment, so I could load the textbook assignment. All right, then I'm into Module 4. Okay, so I hope that this helps you out. Please let me know if you have questions as you dive into Module 0. Any questions about due dates, expectations, anything at all, please email me. I am so happy to respond to emails, pretty much at any time.